Hi, my name is Adhas, and today I will be presenting the paper Design and Evaluation of Hybrid Search for American Sign Language to English Dictionaries, Making the Most of Imperfect Sign Recognition. Sign languages are visual languages that are produced by movement of face, hands, and body. Not only deaf and hard of hearing people use sign languages, but other people like parents, relatives, and caregivers of deaf and hard of hearing people, and students and teachers in ASL classes also use sign languages. Compared to other dictionaries, the current ASL to English dictionaries are less usable. There is no standard writing or gloss-based system for American Sign Language. There's also no one-to-one correspondence with English, and there are other usability issues that I will talk about in the next few slides. There are two main types of ASL to English dictionaries broadly. The first type is feature-based ASL to English dictionaries. These type of dictionaries allow users to specify different linguistic features of a sign in order to make a search query. For example, hand shape, location, movement, etc. Other dictionaries provide slightly more advanced and complicated interfaces for users, such as the one here you see on the right side, which provides user with this customized keyboard. However, users still face issues with these dictionaries because of the complicated feature selection process that asks users to submit a number of linguistic properties, which is particularly hard if a user is a novice learner. There's also poor matching of features to sign, and overall these interfaces are cumbersome to use. Search by example is a second type of dictionary. This solves the problem of making input queries by allowing users to record a video in front of a webcam or a Kinect, or use specialized gloves or sensors in order to record their sign. However, ASL recognition is still pretty hard, and recognizing 3D structures from 2D videos is still pretty difficult. So it also makes the complex linguistic organization of ASL also makes it more difficult. There's also the chance that a user might not submit a really good quality video, which would again affect the results that the system will output. So overall, ASL lookup is difficult. Search by example dictionaries make at least the query generation part easier, but because of the sign recognition technology still being imperfect, users still have to browse through long lists. So what can we do here that can allow users to interact better with these systems, even when the performance of the underlying matching technology does not drastically improve? So we tried a few things on the interface design of these dictionary systems. So for example, we asked users about how would they like the results to be presented, so both the textual and visual parts of the results, and if we can potentially use filtering on top of a results page in order to make the overall user experience better for the users. So in our first study, we conducted 40 minutes interviews with 32 ASL students. We employed deductive and inductive approaches for coding the interviews. So the three things that we focused on in our deductive coding framework were presentation of video results, the presentation of textual metadata, and presentation of filtering options. Two researchers then performed thematic analysis and organized the results into themes, and then extracted the final design guidelines that I will talk about in a few slides. So we got some rich qualitative data from our users regarding these three aspects. So user mentioned a lot of things about how would they want the videos of the results to be. For example, if they want the videos to autoplay, or whether they want another sort of interactions with the video in order to play them. How would they like the metadata to appear? How descriptive should it be? And other candidates for filtering interface in the hybrid search interface. So based on the qualitative results, we were able to extract six design guidelines that we have presented in our paper. For more details regarding these guidelines, please refer to our paper. So afterwards, we just incorporated all of those design suggestions into a prototype that we had initially borrowed from some researchers that conducted this study before us at the lab. And then we incorporated all of these design suggestions into the design of the prototype. For example, here on the screen you see on the left side, we have included different hand shape filters and graphical representations of them. And then on the right side, you see that all the results are animating at the same time, which was a suggestion that came in our qualitative interviews in the first study. This brought us to our second research question, which was about whether the hybrid search interface, which includes filtering options, improves the user experience overall, and then what were the challenges that user faced when they interacted with these systems. So for this, we conducted a lab-based experimental study using Wizard of Oz methodology, which means that there was no underlying sign recognition, but we merely tried to mimic what the performance of an actual system will be. So users would view a stimuli video, they would try to record themselves, and then eventually view the results list. So 20 people participated in this study. This was between subject design. Each participant performed 32 searches and afterwards answered a few Likert scale questions that are listed here. We also measured their tasks and the time it took them to complete these searches. Our results indicate that the interface, which had filtering options, significantly improved the user experience for users as measured by these questions on search experience and on the sense of control that the users had over the system. Our qualitative part of the second study showed that participants were hesitant regarding the videos that they submitted in the search by video case, and we also got some good feedback on what kind of filters were the participants more likely to use. So in the paper, we also talk about what is the generalizability of our results. So we talk about how our results can be extended to other linguistic contexts. So for example, if someone would want to search for a word in Mandarin Chinese by writing or by doing a search by voice, which could be followed by a filtering step, so that these are something that future studies can explore. Our results can also be relevant for more broader human movement search. So, for example, searching for dance moves, martial arts moves, or exercise moves in data sets of these human movement sets. So to summarize, we identified and evaluated an effective interface for viewing search results. We found certain differences in presentation of search results from general video search engines. We also present some unique perspectives of novice ASL learners. We extracted 6 design guidelines from our qualitative results, and we showed that adding filtering capabilities to a video-based dictionary significantly improves user satisfaction, even when the underlying performance of sign recognition remains the same. So I would like to thank my co-authors, Akhtar Alamin, Alexis Gordon, Suyan Lee, and Matt Hunerfeld from the Center for Accessibility and Inclusion Research for helping me with this study. This study was supported by an NSF grant. And with that, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.